You might ask yourself, who is the best survivor in Dead by Daylight? And there's probably tons of videos out there going over which survivor is the best, which loadout is going to lead to the most escapes. But there's only one answer, gamers, and his name is Jeff. I hope you enjoyed that silly little intro that I put together. I thought it was funny, so hopefully you enjoyed it too. What's up, gamers? It's Coops here. Welcome to the video. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I hope everything is going well for you. Recently have gotten back into playing some Dead by Daylight, and I've been having fun with it. You know, it's one of those games that I find that the less seriously I take things, the more fun I can have with it. And so it's been good. I've been enjoying it. And I've been a Jeff fan for quite a while now. I very recently got enough of the, I think they're called iridescent shards, maybe. Basically, it's an in-game currency that you accumulate over time just from playing the game. And you can use it to buy different perks that might be in the shop, or different characters, or cosmetics for your characters. And so, having played a bit recently, I had been saving up these shards. I was thinking about getting a new character, maybe a new killer, because it's been a while since I've played last. I think that there's probably 6 killers since I last checked out Dead by Daylight. So I remember the last big patch I was there for was when Hellraiser came to Dead by Daylight, and I think I probably hopped on and played a couple of games when they did the, I think it's called The Ring. Sometimes I get confused between The Ring and The Grudge. The creepy girl looks kind of similar in both movies, but I think it's The Ring. Her name is Sadako, and so I probably jumped on for a couple of games when that killer came out, but there's been a ton that I've missed out on, so there's a bunch of new killers for me to learn how to play against. Some of them seem like they might be kind of fun to play as. So there's like the artist, we've got the dredge, we've got the knight, the skull merchant, which doesn't seem very fun to me. The singularity, though, that one seems kind of cool. And then there's also Wesker, Wesker seems like a really cool killer. And then most recently there's the xenomorph, or alien, basically. And so there's all these new killers for me to go up against, which has been pretty fun. And of course there's been some new survivors, but survivors, it doesn't really change much in the grand scheme of things. Like, they have different perks and they look different, but playing as a new survivor isn't like revolutionary in the same sense that playing as a new killer is. So basically the short of it is I was thinking about saving up for a new killer, and none of them really seemed super fun to me, although I will say that the dredge seems like he could be a lot of fun to mess with people, because he does this like nighttime state where the whole map goes dark, and that, for me, it's really creepy. So I think that could be a little bit. Here he is right there. That's the dredge. He's a real creepster, and I think that it could be fun to figure out how to play him. But so overall, had all of these shards, and I was like, you know what? Let's deck out our Jeff. So got him some new cosmetics. We're rocking this Vietnam veteran look that I've kind of put together, looking like the dude from The Big Lebowski, and just having a lot of fun with it. I've been really enjoying my time revisiting this game. And recently they've been doing this Haunted by Daylight event. I think it's kind of like supposed to be like a Halloween event that's going on. It's going to be wrapping up pretty soon here. Actually, probably like a day or two after this video comes out, I think is when they're going to be wrapping it up. And that's been okay. I mean, of course, this is my opinion. I shouldn't really have to preface that, but it's my opinion. You're allowed to disagree with it. If you've been having an absolute blast with the event that they've had going on, then I'm not trying to discredit that or take that away from you. Where did that guy come from? Where did he come from, gamers? Just snuck up on us. Thought we were in the clear. But so I feel like it's been an okay event. One of the things that's nice about it is like they're given tons of blood points because there's like a bunch of these consumables that you can use to get more points and stuff like that. So that's cool. I mean, I can level up some of my other characters and get their perks maxed out and stuff like that. But I feel like one of the flaws of this little event, oh, big spin there, nice job, Jeff, has been that it's not very incentivized for the killer to engage with some of the mechanics. So like there's basically like this portal that takes you to this like pocket dimension, and then you can do things there like get these little spooky ghosts to help you out and stuff like that, but it doesn't necessarily seem like it's worthwhile from the killer's perspective, because I play killer as well, and when I've been playing killer, it seems very easy to just kind of disregard the fact that there's this extra event going on right now and just kind of play the game normally. Whereas when I'm playing Survivor, it's like it's nice to have other things to do rather than just running to the next generator and, you know, sitting on a generator for a minute and a half, if that makes sense. So I find myself trying to run at these little pumpkins that are on the ground that you can smash and collect these little floating orbs and go to this little pocket dimension, because you have way more time to do this sort of stuff when you're playing as Survivor. You don't really have that luxury, I guess I could say, when you're playing killer. So it's been kind of a lopsided event in my opinion, but still good. I think it's probably good for the game to have something like this going on, bring people back to it and things like that, of course. So not trying to be negative about it. It left me wanting more from the killer perspective. So that's that. But it's been fun overall coming back to this game and just goofing around and having fun with it. This guy dropped his flashlight so that he could open up this box. He's going to take a toolbox instead of his flashlight that he brought into the match with batteries and everything. I don't know. I don't get it sometimes, gamers. Someone make it make sense. So anyways, at the top of the video, I said that Jeff is the best survivor in the game. And that's also my opinion. But I'll give you some reasons as to why I believe that. Now, every character, like I mentioned, has their own quirks and their own personality. They even have backstories, which I think is pretty cool. And aside from the fact that Jeff loves dogs, which, I mean, what other reason do you need to love a character than that? He's also artistic, which I think many of us gamers are. Oh, so sorry, artistic it says. I thought it said something else. No, he's a collector of vinyl records, which is really cool. I collect vinyl records as well, so maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe these are all things that I like, but maybe you also relate to him. Like this one I don't relate to. He's an only child and he has divorced parents. So like if you relate to that, then Jeff's for you, you know what I mean? He loves heavy metal music, which I think that's just awesome. Like, not that I listen to very much heavy metal music, but I can certainly appreciate it for what it is. And he's also from Canada, which, like, Canadians are like the nicest folks ever. That's a fact. He appreciates Norse mythology, which I think is probably one of the coolest mythologies. I mean, it's up there for sure. Like some big heavy hitters in Norse mythology. Also some pretty crazy, like, questionable things happening in Norse mythology. Like, just weird stuff. The deeper that you dig, you'll understand. He uses music to get through dark times. I mean, come on, gamers. What's more relatable than that? Like, this dude, just the most relatable survivor. He loves dogs, like I said, but he even took in a rescue, and you can see the shirt that I'm wearing. If you've seen it, he's got a dog on it. He probably made this shirt so that he could make money to help a dog shelter. Who knows, you know? He almost lost his eye at a heavy metal concert, and I have to assume that that means that he was probably in a mosh pit and maybe somebody punched him or threw an elbow his way. Regardless, badass. And he enjoys brewing beer. So like just a total bro, just a total guy's guy, you know what I mean? And probably some likable qualities there for the ladies too, you know? So yes, Jeff is the best survivor in Dead by Daylight, and it's pretty lopsided, I would say. Find me a better survivor. I'll wait. Go ahead, put your responses in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it. This is one of the better runs. So, you know, sometimes when you're looping a killer, I don't necessarily know that I would call this looping a killer. I would just call this running away from a killer. But sometimes when you're running away from a killer, you have to kind of consider, like, what is your win condition here? You know, I'm pretty sure that we are dead on hook. So if he catches us, it's over. But I can also see that my teammate is pretty close to getting that generator done. So if I can just continue to buy him time, then Jeff, he could be the reason that other gamer escapes this match. Here I literally ran into the wall trying to get out that window. That could have cost me big time. Thankfully, we're okay. We're in decent shape, and there goes the generator. If I had something like adrenaline equipped, then this would have been a totally different story. But hey, regardless, we're going to keep running, and we're using I think they call this the crouch tech maybe. Basically, if you're crouched by the window, then the Nemesis can't hit you with this thing. And so we're going, gamers. We're running. And you can see in the little corner, you can see that the Jake he's actually on the door. He's going to try to open the door. So he's going to get the heck out of there, hopefully. And it makes it all that more worth it. Look at that. We just helped that survivor survive. And that's what Lucky Jeff is all about. I like this little bit here when the entity takes him away. It's like his glasses get left behind, his glasses and his beard, and it's just a cool image there. And the Arms of an Angel is playing in my mind right now, you know. This perk sucks. This perk is the worst. It's called Merciless Storm. I do not like this perk. It is oppressive. That's the one word I would use to describe it. It's oppressive. And especially if you're not really good at hitting skill checks. And I find that a lot of doctors like to use it. And so sometimes they can just like shock you when you're working on the generator and it knocks you off of the generator in the middle of that hard skill. It's just the worst, man. Hopefully you can relate. Here we go. This is going to be our grand finale, gamers. We hate leaving survivors behind. We do anything that we can to ensure that no one gets left on the hook. And I think I'm the kind of gamer that I would rather die taking a risk like this than I would just moseying out while I've got a fellow gamer just hanging out on the hook. So I'm not sure what the teabagging was for there. Maybe they wanted me to heal them really quickly. I didn't think that was the best idea. Thankfully, they got a little dodge there, opened the gate, they're out the door. What's going to happen to big old Jeff here? Can we make it? Oof. But thankfully, we're still out of there. Thank you so much for being here. I have been and always will be Koobs. Peace and love, gamers. Have fun in your gaming.